Okay, we're going to look at cos 120 then to see what sign it has. This is round from 0 to round to 360, say in the circle. This is the positive direction. So cos 120 is going to be up here, and this is the angle in question here, isn't it? That's about 120 degrees. So what is the cosine of that? Well, we can use the simplest way to work out the sine of and the value of this angle is just to use cast. So see, in this word cast, you write cast, you draw this picture, you write cast, and then you just, I'm just undoing a bit because it looks a bit scruffy. There we are, round to 120. So you write cast, C-A-S-T, C stands for cos, A stands for all, S stands for the sine, and T stands for tan, and that tells you where the trig ratios are positive. So this will tell you where they're positive, and if they're not positive, they're negative. So for example, cos 120, that's in this quadrant here, the second quadrant. This is the first quadrant, 0 to 90. This is the second quadrant, this is the third, and this is the fourth quadrant. So cos 120 would be here. So we'd know, looking at this cast, that cosine is positive here and here, isn't it? Because they're all positive there and cosine's positive there. And if it's not positive, it's negative, so it's negative here and here. So we'll get a negative value come out here. And actually it'll be negative of the associated acute angle here. So it's actually minus cos 60. But we can just tap it in. Cos of 120 degrees, that's the easiest thing to do when doing this. We get minus a half. So that's minus 1/2. So it is negative and it has that value. Okay, so that's the way really to do it. The simplest way of all is that. For further details, you're welcome to consider the section on this in the notes. Okay, let's have a look at the second example then, tan 570, and see what that is. We'll start from 0. We go around 360. So you have to go around 360 to there. Then another 180 would take you around to 540 and 30 more. So that angle, that spiral, constitutes the angle 570 degrees. Now what quadrant are we in? We write cast. So the angle's here. That's the angle we're talking about. So if we didn't have a calculator then, how would we work this out? Well, we know that tan is positive here and here, don't we? So this will be positive. And we then can just work out the associated acute angle. This was round to 540, so there's 30 more. So this is the associated acute angle, the angle the line makes with the horizontal. And that would be the actual, how you'd work out the value, plus the tan of the associated acute angle, because it's in this quadrant, and that's the angle to the horizontal called the associated acute angle. We'll say a bit more about this when we work out solutions to trigonometric equations. Tan 30 is 1 over root 3. I believe it's a standard trig ratio, but we'll just tap it in here. Tan of 30 degrees. Yeah, which is 1 over root 3, and you can get the decimal as well, 0.577. And that would be the answer there.